what are they called? Clockwork goblins. I'm just gonna walk them in one at a time. And I hope they do a little bit of damage, but I don't think they actually are gonna do very much. My hero is gonna come back in a second here. I'm gonna keep making some dots. And hopefully I can make something happen. The towering is always it's another thing you have to put up with as elf, is, you're gonna have to get used to the fact that, your towers suck and everyone else's don't, so people are gonna use that against you. I mean, there's not much you can really do, you just gotta kinda take it, and just deal with it. That's basically it. Alright, now what I'm gonna do is I have 3 dots, I have Beastmaster, I have Tinker, I'm gonna summon some summons, I'm gonna put this thing down, and kill the towers. Alright, here we go. Gonna kill some towers now. I don't know why, but he is going for the dots instead of the heroes. I'm just gonna keep cycling the hero. And I'm gonna go ahead and save the Tinker. I am gonna try and actually I might be able to take out these towers here if I keep doing this. Yeah, I got the towers. Okay, so now my hero is gonna start to take over, because if you're orc and you haven't taken me out by now, you're in a pretty sad position. You can use a peon to take out my dot. He might actually get it, because oh no, he won't. Alright, word. Alright, so I mean, that was pretty good actually. That worked out pretty nicely. Use a couple dots here to take out these last remaining peons, and I'm gonna continue to make dots. So I guess maybe all isn't lost. But anyway, so basically, Blue Dragon and a few others were like, dude, it'd be pretty cool if we made FOH without Rider, because we had to make FOH X because some noobs had the channel. And they were like, yeah, dude, that'd be pretty cool. So they were like, let's do it. So they made FOH without me, and they were like, dude, Rider, you're gay, so we're not putting you in FOH, man. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's kind of what happened, and before we really knew it, yeah, it was basically like I wasn't in FOH anymore. So yeah. Alright, so now I'm just gonna try and save my... I'm gonna give him my TP. Or... not. And that's pretty word.
Our champion has fallen.
Yeah, that was pretty sweetness right there. Always gotta love that. And now in comes my Tinker with like no HP. Staff him out, so I should be okay. However, I have no TP now, so I'm kind of in a little bit of a tricky situation. Okay, I kill B. I kill Yes! I kill the blade! Now it's just me at a level 2 TC! Can I kill him? Can I kill him? I think I can! I might win this! Versus an orc! Holy shit! Here we go. Come on. We can do this. Use a Tinker thing to block. Can I do it? I think actually this may be a little bit more tricky than I thought. Alright, let's do this. Come on. Oh shoot, I didn't realize that thing had... his TC is getting pretty low. I mean, I'm surprised he let it get that low. To be perfectly honest, I'm gonna kill that with a mana burn. And I want to go ahead and try and chase that thing down now. Level 3 DH is pretty nice. I'm pretty excited actually now. Well, it's kind of turned around. Alright, so yeah, even though I did lose my hero, overall it was pretty good. And I have a lot of gold. So now I should focus on getting scrolls, as those will probably be extremely important coming up here in a second. Actually, you know what? I don't think I need to at this point. I think I can just push him and I'll win eventually. I'm not... Here we go. Yeah, I think I can afford to push him now. He's right when he gets to 100 mana, I'm gonna mana burn him. Why not? Let's do it now. Yeah, it kills him. Wow, I didn't realize it would do that much damage. Wow. Yeah, it was pretty wow. And, So this is an audio. I think he's gonna be pretty happy to find out he got to be exclusively featured in an audio. I think he'll be happy. Anyway, so yeah, kill a demo. At this point, it's kind of noob bashing. At this point, I want to always make sure you cycle in the hero, and I'm gonna go ahead and surround him with a little bit of my pro surrounding. Cheap block kind of helps around a little bit. There we go. There we go. Oh man, what the heck? I didn't realize that one of my units was low HP. There we go. Alright, now we're good. Alright, there we go. Mana burn. And that's gonna probably do it. Alright, yeah. I think so. I think I might have just won one, guys. I think this might be it. I think it might be over. I think so. I think the I'm solved there. I think it did. And now just to spite, I'm gonna go mass chims. If he wants to stick around, he can deal with that. Alright, here we go. Here we go. I think he's gonna give up here in a second. I think he's showing weakness. There we go. GG. GG. Alright then. Pretty sweetness. Pretty much sweetness. That's a win. I'm gonna type that. The game name is gonna be Ryder Wins vs. Orc. You know why? Because I won. Oh yeah. Alrighty guys. That was cool. I'm in a much better mood now. But anyway, so in case you didn't get what I was trying to say out of that, probably because I wasn't actually saying a whole lot compared to my previous audios, but I really think that the best choice for Elf is Mastot. I've been really trying to pull off the Beastmaster lately. I can't get him to work versus the Blademaster because he just kills my archers, and I'm kind of weak towards here too. And if I go hunts, I end up getting mass towered, so it doesn't quite work that well. I really do think that DH is your best option. I mean, you can do the bear thing, but I have problems with that because of Kodos. Like, I don't know how the pro elves do it, but they make it so like that the Kodos don't even matter. Like, they're like taking a bear away from the battle and they still win. And I just don't understand. It's just pretty pro. So now I'm going to cover a game from Star Wars. Voice is starting to hurt a little bit, so hopefully this doesn't take too long. Let's see, what Star Wars game am I going to cover? I'm going to cover... Ooh. Oh man, I watched a lot of these games, they were pretty good. But, ooh, I like the Sweet vs. Creo. That was an excellent game. This is a really, really good game. I really hope that you watch this one. I think it was Korea versus Europe. Go ahead and get to the 2-minute mark. But yeah, this was an excellent game. It was really well played, and I really thought Sweet had it, but I mean, it was just back and forth the whole time. It was extremely well played by Creo. I have to say, it was one of the better games I've seen in a while. I'm at 2 minutes and 1 second, so get to 2 minutes and 1 second. And if not there, pause this audio. Otherwise, we're gonna head out here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now for some reason, I like versus Undead a lot better than versus Orc. I mean, Max Gargs and Dual Slaughter can both be pretty tough to beat, but I don't know, I like it a lot better than having to deal with Grunt Raider or Raider Walker. So yeah, Creo has a... Oh, excuse me for the yawn, but I'm just so excited for the game. I'm just kidding, guys. Creo has a pretty nice base build. I like how he uses the wells and the EOW all up front. However, that does kind of hurt you if they rush. And I mean, if Creo, you can hold it because you have really like pro micro. But if you're anyone else, you're really going to be in a tough little point here. It really is. It is really tough to hold off the Ghoul Rush without. Oh wait, actually he does make a second AOW, I believe, so you can do that, and that's a pretty good way to hold it off, is just that second AOW. And also, I really like how he expands in this game. He expands in a really great way that, it was really giving me trouble, until recently, how do I expand on Turtle Rock against Undead? I really wasn't too sure what I was doing. But, I'd always get harassed, and I'd lose a bunch of archers. Sorry again. I'd lose a bunch of archers, and I would never be able to understand, why why I wasn't able to expand. But really, what we have to do is you have to do exactly what Creo does, and we'll go over that when he does in a second. But it's pretty classy way of expanding when you're getting really pressured by undeads. I don't know why. I think Sweet anticipated a DH because he went Aura first. Maybe he just wanted to creep. I think harassment's a little bit better at the start for undead, but again, that's just me. I do not know why I'm yawning so much, but I basically am. Alright, so he's gonna creep this out, and Creo does a really good job of focusing stuff down, not allowing him to creep this. This really is a pretty big camp, and if you're undead and there's an elf there, you're not gonna be able to creep that. I think level 2 is a good point to go harass, elf. However, I really like sometimes getting that either level 2 hawk against ghouls or level 2. Oh, and this is extremely important. It's extremely important if you're elf to please scout. Please scout and find out if they're doing ghouls or fiends. If they're doing fiends, always get level 2 bear. Always. It is a must. There is no excuse not to get it. If they do ghouls, wow, I'm yawning so much. I don't understand. But if they do ghouls, always get level 2 hawk. Because that way you can push them off and you can expand and you can really dominate them out. So always see what they're doing and counter, see, people forget, but this is a game about adapting. You really have to understand what you're doing. You have to try and, figure out what your strategy's going to be. But again, you have to be ready to change it if a counter needs to happen. And a lot of times we forget that, and we just go, okay, well, I'm versus this race. I'm going these units no matter what. I'm not going to counter no matter what he does. But really, there is a lot of countering involved. You really have to be quite on top of what you're doing. And this is kind of a little bit of a new play there for Creo. He allows his Beastmaster to take some extra hits, and he doesn't retreat his archers all the way. Again, it's not going to be crucial, but really, if Sweet had tried, I think he could have had this around in that Beastmaster. But it was just not played well. Although, who am I really to say what is being played well and what is not being played well? Because I'm just that voice writer, and these are Sweet and Creo. So basically that. So now look, here's the expansion. It's going down at the bottom right of his base, and what he's going to do is he's not going to clear out the expansion first. He's just going to build that, because if you notice, Sweet is not going to let him expand. Sweet, he understands what happens if he expands. He realizes the problems that Undead does have versus an expansion, and he just doesn't have to deal with that. That's just a lot of problems that really he's just going to try to prevent just by the continual harassment. However, to counter that, Creo builds the expansion on his main island base thing, and he's just going to walk it over. And then he's going to build his ancient protectors and his moon wells and whatnot once he gets there. That way he can still expand even though he's being continually harassed by Sweet. Sweet, on the other hand, is eventually going to expand himself. If you're undead, I really think that not enough undead players are aggressive enough with their own personal expansion. And they just let the elf expand everywhere, and they're like, oh my god, I always lose the elf, I don't know why. Well, it's because you let them expand everywhere, and that's basically why. Although this is extremely hard to stop for the undead. If they're good with archers, and no, actually, he did not get a second AOW. I must have been thinking about a different game, but second AOW is a good way of stopping ghouls. But anyway, if they do have this amount of archers and you don't have a successful ghoul rush, or you just don't want to ghoul rush at all, you are going to have a bit of a problem stopping the expansion. So just a lot of dancing right now. Both players trying to establish a little bit of dominance, and if you notice, this is a long game, so it'll probably go 2 times speed on a little bit of it, because this actually has already been quite a long audio. Although most of it was me whining, so I'll try to make it up for you with some actual content. Anyway, so he hires the panda. Oh wait, he didn't hire the panda? Maybe he hires that in a second. I thought I saw panda, but I guess I did not. So he doesn't hire the panda yet. Instead, he hires it now. Now he hires the panda. Word. Okay, so, again, Panda always good second hero against Undead because of the AoE, not so much against Orc, because heroes aren't really good against Orc, and not so, you can do DH Panda against Human, but not nearly as good at picking stuff off, which is probably the way to go, but Panda can definitely work. And then just not an Elf Mirror unless they go mass dots. Which heck, it's getting a lot more popular, so, might be seeing more and more. I'm seeing Panda in all of our matchups now. Except Orc, because really